Welcome back. It's Kevin Chuck, and today we're going to talk about dating people via dating apps stroke social media. These tools are very heavily used these days, and people have used them and become very, very, what's the word? Successful in using them. They managed to get relationships out of them, you know, meaningful relationships, or sometimes something a little bit more casual.
Yeah.
So there's variety. So we're going to talk about that today. Where shall we start with this?
Well, I would like to start
Oh,
with profile pictures.
okay.
Man. Yes.
What's your problem with that?
I've come across some interesting profile pictures on dating apps.
Okay, let's talk about it.
So, look, ladies, gentlemen, there's a lot of skiing pictures.
Skiing pictures.
I mean, a lot. Like, I can't say from a female's point of view, because I know that there's a lot of things that they get to see a lot of, and I've heard some stuff. But from my point of view as a man, as a straight man, and when I'm swiping through, and you're going through the pictures, there's a lot of skiing pictures. I mean, a lot of skiing pictures.
It's mainly women who
Yes.
are taking the ski
Yes.
of them at a ski resort.
Perfect.
Okay.
For some strange reason, it just turns me off. Like, I mean, it's constant. Like, it's constant. Like, there's a skiing one, and like you're just kind of like, okay, you can afford to go skiing. Like,
Does that bother you?
it doesn't bother me. It's just like it's just not necessary. like it's not necessary for the guys to be flexing in the gym, like in their profile pictures, because I've heard that's a big thing.
Right.
Or just jamming on a car.
Yeah.
You know.
I'll tell you what, profile pictures that annoy me when I have used dating websites is a picture of 3 people.
Yeah.
And you're, okay. And then you look to see the next picture, and there might be 2 people, or no, or 4, or maybe 5 people, and then the next one's like 6 people,
Yeah.
and then at the end of it, I don't know who the woman
Who the
is.
hell it is?
I just want to know who the woman is.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'd like to know.
Yeah.
So, profile pictures like that bug me, or one where they show pictures of like a woman and they have a guy, and the guy props up a couple of times.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, who is this guy?
That could be the ex.
With X, you know.
Thing is that you know, I don't think someone will put their ex on there. You just don't know. But you know, I mean, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Like the one that the first one you said, like, you know, like trying to figure out who it is. Like, I ain't Columbo, it's not my job. I'm just trying to date. You know what I mean? But
There's some also out of focus shots.
there's like a lot of out of focus shots.
Or some of the women that look too militant or standing upright.
Do you know there was
Look
one?
like a beef eater or something.
There was one. Yeah, I really want to put a picture of it up because I actually screenshot it because she had a beer in one hand and she had a rifle in the other and a spliff in her mouth. I confidently swiped left. You know, I screenshot and then I swiped left. But you know, those things are annoying. But you know, you kind of got to think to yourself, look, also we're not dating gurus, I'm not a dating app professional. I just go on them, I use them just to try and find a partner. But, you know, it is a massive turn off when, you know, you are looking so militant on your pictures. And I'm not saying you guys, but I'm just saying in general, like, when, you know, when you look and the girl looked like she's about to stab you.
Yeah.
Like, that's not attractive at all.
You don't want to wake up in the morning and turn over and see that.
No,
you
you
want something
really
a little
don't.
bit more warmer.
Yeah, like smile.
Yeah.
Thing is, you don't even have to smile, but just don't look so like don't frown if you got the straight face. Just be a bit more relaxed. And maybe get a friend to take a photo of you. Everybody's got a good camera now on their phone. You could take a quick little selfie. Like,
Take a picture on a good day.
yeah.
Yeah. If you pass your university, take a picture then.
Yeah. I just want to see you. And when I say you, I mean the woman. I don't know how many female watchers we're going to have watching or listening to this, but just
Or by the end of it.
or by the end of it. But relax. That's it. Relax.
You know what else that kind of bugs me
Go.
is well, there's a few actually. Instructions. Yeah.
What do you mean by instructions?
Well, sometimes when you read the bio,
Oh, right,
and
yeah.
you read and you want to see what the person on the picture, should you identify who it is, what they're about, what kind of person you're gonna, what they're about. And so sometimes when you're reading it, and then it's like they're giving instructions, like what you said, what we talked about earlier, when you said that you came on about, I don't date men at a certain height. I only date white men or black men or whatever.
Yeah.
If you all these kind of terms and conditions.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I'm not saying you can't have a preference, but like.
Not everybody needs to know though.
Yeah.
And it can actually be quite not harmful, but I think it can actually be quite like just not nice to someone that's reading through it. Like if you're a white woman or a black woman, and you're saying I only date black guys or I only date white guys, it's that's your personal preference. But at the end of the day, like you have to understand that someone looking at it is looking at your picture, thinking, oh, she's a really pretty girl. Like she's a really nice girl. I'm reading through her bio. She sounds pretty normal. And then you come to that, like, I only date white guys, I only date black guys. And it's kind of like, well, alright, you don't even know me. And you're just saying, like, you only date these kind of people. Now, again, you can have those preferences, but keep that to yourself. Yeah, if someone swipes right for you, and they're not at the right ethnicity for you, swipe left. It's not hard.
But it's not even about. It's not just an ethnicity. It could be like anything, like say like height, if you got a job or not. If you got no job, don't bother come here. Don't read any further.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have a job, don't read any more. We don't want you. We're not interested.
Yeah.
So stuff like that.
Be sensible with what you write in your bio. I don't want to know about your life story all in one read. I mean, I've read through some bios, and when you're swiping, but for some strange reason you're still swiping like 3-4 times because the bio is so long. Just tell me when we talk. And that's another thing when they write in their bios, they say, ask.
Just ask.
Just ask.
Yeah.
Alright. Give me a little bit of something about yourself. Just a little bit. Give me a taste. What's your favourite colour? Anything.
Yeah.
Just ask just means you can't be bothered to write. Does that mean you can't be bothered to write when we start talking?
And you're making it kind of difficult for the other person because the person might be a nice person and the person's just, I don't know what colour. How's your date? If you're one of those women that just like, how's your date?
Yeah,
You don't want to bother
lock
with
off. Yeah.
it.
But then there's a lot of
Just help.
there is a lot of people. And I'm not saying this is just women, but again, you have to understand that we are straight men, so we are only looking at female profiles. But there are a lot of women that will say, don't message me if you're just going to message me, hello, how are you? Like, come up with something interesting. Like what? Like, what do you want me to say? Do pink elephants exist? Like,
This is what I'm talking about.
That for me is nonsense. I believe that the best way to start a conversation with someone is with, hello, how are you? My name is Paul. Nice to meet you. You know, that's it. You know, what is wrong with that is start a conversation. If you cannot hold a conversation
From that.
then don't blame the man. Blame yourself. And that goes for men with women as well. If the man can't hold a conversation, lock him off. If you're just saying to him, hello, how are you? If he says, oh, no, that's not interesting enough for me, gone. Just lock him off, you know. But don't expect me to come out with some cheesy line at the beginning of our messaging movement. Because it's not going to happen. You're going to get a hello, how are you? Let's start a conversation. How's your week going? What you do for a living? Blah, 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 blah. And you go to the interests and the blah, blah, blah. What did you do this weekend? You know, whatever. You know, you start talking, building a conversation of that. Sorry, I'm rambling on, but it's just annoying. It is annoying. Would you message first?
I'm not bothered.
No.
I'm not bothered. But when I was younger, I had it in my head amongst my circle, that if you message first, it's like weakness. You know,
Yeah.
you're the one who's hungry. You're the one who's wants it more than she does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let her do it, kind of thing. And sometimes I've done that. Sometimes I held back and not did anything. And sometimes I did, and as a result of that, I got nothing. Sometimes it was successful.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Then on the other hand, I message first, and sometimes it might come across as too keen. But then also at the same time, I also got results from that. So I don't know. I just feel like now I've just gone and just texted. If I feel like texting them, I text them. Yeah. I try not to make it too big, but I'll text them. If I want to text them, I'll just text them. And it's down to them. Really, if they're interested, then they'll let me know. And that's what I can go on.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I kind of roll with the flow. I don't leave it like a certain amount of time before messaging someone or anything like that. I just message, like, especially on these dating apps. I kind of feel like if you don't message us, quick enough, like they just delete you, or if you message too quick, they just like give you one-word answers. It kind of feels like there's a bit of a game going on while you're on these dating apps. And to be quite honest, a dating app is it's a platform for people to meet each other. If they've got a busy lifestyle or whatever's going on in their life, there shouldn't have to be games.
But the games is another way of kind of protecting themselves because they don't want to get hurt. They don't want to.
If you don't want to get hurt, get off the dating app. Like, look, let's not muck about. If you don't want to date, you want people lusting over you, but you're not gonna entertain them. You're not gonna talk to them. Like, stop wasting people's time. Because there are genuinely good men out there that are on these dating apps, and
good women.
Yeah, and good women, and getting ghosted. Men are getting ghosted, women are getting ghosted. It's happening to both parties.
And just for those who don't know what ghosting is, can you just kind of describe what that is?
I'm no, like I said, I ain't no guru out here, but I think ghosting is when you're messaging each other, and then the other one just kind of disappears. One just disappears, and then just leaves you hanging. Mid-conversation, and then you just never hear from them again.
What's the point of that?
Maybe the girl's just not interested, the guy's not interested, but I do believe there's a certain etiquette to doing things like, if you're not confident in that relationship building from the conversation, just say, look, you know what, I don't see us going anywhere with this.
Have you done that?
I have. A couple of times.
What's it like? How do you, what, you know, how long was it before, you know, you've been listening or you've been messaging this person, and then after a while you think, you know what, I need to press the button.
It's happened a few times, but I'm not gonna lie. I have ghosted a couple of women as well. Like just not messaged them back.
What was it about? What were they boring?
No,
Nothing.
it was,
Nothing. You got no common ground. What?
Well, what I think in a conversation with someone that you've just met, I think you should both be asking each other questions. Because you're interested in them, they're interested in you. You know, it's a 50-50 split here, you know.
Right.
So, you know, I'm trying to gain more information about you. That person should be gaining more interest in, gain more interest in me by asking me questions. And what I was getting was, it was all them. But they weren't interested in anything I was doing.
Right.
So I just thought, well, you're not interested in me. Why should I be interested in you? I'm trying to find out things about you as a person, but you don't want to know anything about me.
So, you think that even though they must be partially interested in you because you somehow connected,
Of course.
but even though that you guys have connected, she still, or this person or a woman can just go on about themselves.
Yeah.
That they almost kind of forget you existed.
Yeah. Exactly. You know, this is, you know, like we're supposed to be like getting down, like getting to know each other before we meet up, but it's just all them. I ain't got time for that. Like, it's not for me.
Well, if that is on a texting basis, I'd rather that than if it was to move on to the phone call aspect.
And then, because that just bore the hell out of you.
You know me, after a certain time I clock out. I fall asleep.
Which is true. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I can understand. I can understand why ghosting happens. I just think sometimes us as humans should be able to tell someone, look, I'm just not interested. Because it can be a horrible thing for someone to just be left hanging.
Right.
Essentially, you know, it's not nice. Especially if that person likes you. You know, I could like a woman and she could just disappear.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying that I'm falling in love with her just over text messages, but there could be a genuine attraction in her mind and in physical form.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, if they ghost me, I'm just like, oh, that was a bit shit. You know what I mean? I'm guessing you haven't been ghosted because you don't really use these.
Well, I think
You've been ghosted in the old school.
I think yeah.
Which is just not turning up.
Yeah.
That's called a stand up. I'm being stood up.
Let's move on. I saw so I've seen this ONS.
Yeah.
First I thought it was a new boy band.
Yeah.
That I never caught wind of.
Yeah.
But it's ONS one night stands.
Yeah.
Hookups.
Yeah. So that's a big thing on especially on Tinder. I've noticed.
I hear people talk about Tinder. I've never used Tinder.
No.
And I wouldn't know what it looked like if I went to the main page or anything like that. So is Tinder, and maybe there's other websites that are similar, are they just for casual meetups?
No.
They're not. Okay.
They're not.
They're not designed for that.
No. Tinder's not designed for casual meetups. I've met a partner of Tinder when I say partner, we were seeing each other.
Why wasn't she a partner?
It wasn't that long. It wasn't a long thing.
So how long was? Wasn't long.
Couple of months. Probably under a couple of months. But actually met someone on Tinder. I've met a couple of people, a couple of women from Tinder. And you know, I kind of find that with Tinder, with some people, yeah, it is a bit of a hookup thing. When I talk to guys who are on Tinder, they see it as like, yeah, you could just meet a Tinder, you could, link up, whatever.
But what's the difference? What's the difference between them using Tinder? Say like these guys who consider Tinder as the hookup hub. Yeah. What's the difference between that and say like Plenty of Fish, or
I don't know.
Make Friends Online?
Well, I never heard that one. I signed up to that one. I was actually talking to someone about this, and he was actually saying to me that there's some dating apps where people use just to hook up. So he was saying to me, Zoosk is one. That's a hot favourite for just hookups. And I was like, right, okay, I'll have a look at that one. But he was saying that I've never gone on Zeus.
That sounds like something I can get out there. Was it the perfume shop?
Yeah. But when I was talking to a friend in the United States of America, she
USA.
Yeah. It's a long time. But but she was actually saying to me that in certain states in America, Tinder is just like, it's a hookup thing. And I was like, oh right, okay, I didn't know that. She said to me, be wary because they are like, these girls are just like, they're just out to get some.
Right.
And the guys are out to get some, so they they know.
Right.
Whereas over here, I don't know. I kind of feel like with Tinder, it's not like that. I feel like Tinder is like an advertisement for your Instagram.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like the girls or the guys on there put their Insta on there, their Insta tag name,
right,
or their TikTok name, or their Snapchat name, and be like, just follow me. Like, don't really feel like they're actually interested in meeting anyone. Everybody's dressing up, taking photos of themselves, but nobody actually talks on Tinder. And I am not the only one that says that. There's a lot of people that say the same thing. A lot of people don't talk on Tinder.
What? But there is a facility. There is a way. That you
Oh
can
yeah, there's a message.
Have a conversation.
Yeah, you swipe left, you swipe right, but I've got loads of matches, and sometimes I just go through to each one and then just send a message to each and every one of them.
Yeah.
And nobody talks. And I just think to myself, well, why did you match? Are they just sitting there just swiping right to see how many likes they can get?
Maybe they might have swiped too much.
Exactly.
Or not enough.
Not enough. So yeah, I think Tinder is like that. It's a bit strange.
The last thing I want to talk to you about regarding dating apps and social media is dick pics.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Dick. You heard right. Dick pics.
Yeah.
Pics.
Yeah.
Right there at the end. Right. Why do guys like to take pictures and send pictures of their appendage to women?
I have zero idea.
And why do women like to request that as well? Make that request?
I have, again, zero idea. I have no idea. If you're a woman and you want to see a dick, watch porn.
Yeah.
It's free. You can go online, it's free. With guys, on the other hand, I really don't understand it. Like, I mean, if it's your partner and you haven't seen each other for a while, you're feeling a bit horny, you're sending each other pictures of your private parts and turn each other on, okay. But to someone that you don't know, I think that's quite offensive.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't do it.
But suppose if you've got two people who started off on the dating app, they obviously got something in common, then they move away from the dating app and they're now kind of just kind of communicating by phone. They spoke a few times and everything, message each other, and then they get a little bit saucy, and then, you know, one of them makes a request to the other, say, yeah, I want to see a picture of your breasts, or I want to see a picture of your dick, you know, then what then? I mean,
but then the thing is, if it's between two people that are talking to each other and they're getting to that point in their conversation, then like who are we to say that people shouldn't be doing that? But I think if a guy sends a message and she opens it and it's just a picture of his cock, that's just not the one.
yeah,
You know, that's not nice. You know,
yeah,
it's not a nice thing. And you know, guys out there watching, if you are doing that, you are a dickhead. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you are making it harder for men that don't do that. If you're gonna take a picture of your dick and send it to someone, send it to the police. You know, or send it to a priest. They might like it. Yeah. Just don't send it to. Just don't send it to a woman you don't know. It's not right, yeah, and you're not right if you're doing that.
right. So we're going to wrap it up there.
We're gonna wrap it up.
So that's the end of this episode about talking dating apps and social media. Hope you liked it. We will see you again very, very soon with another episode on all aspects of dating. My name is Kev.
And I'm Chuck.
Take care. See you soon.